over across the street, you had a Larry Kirshner crypt.
Yeah.
What happened to it? We are here at 13th Gate Haunted House. We've also made a video of 13th Gate Escape Room, and we'll put a link to that down below. What we're trying to do is continuation of what I used to do with the Hauntworld videos and document iconic haunted houses and put it out there for generations to come. You don't know if this haunted house will be here in 20 years, 30 years, you just never know. So we're gonna document 13th Gate as of like January, 2nd, 2024. That sounds weird.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be visiting some other big haunts as well as we travel the country. As you know, our company, we build attractions and we go to trade shows and we go all over the place. So we just decided when we're in these towns, we could shoot some stuff and throw it up on the Hauntworld YouTube page. Speaking of Hauntworld, this is something we did many years ago for the haunted house industry. We created these warning signs. You know, I go to haunts all the time and I see them word for word, except for a lot of people have cut the Hauntworld out, but Dwayne didn't. And this is kind of like out here is where they would wait in line, and over there, and you can see there's a stage over there, and he has like a stage show, and he has like a midway out there, and that's all out there inside of the area that's chain link fenced closed. And so anyway, we're gonna do a behind the scenes tour. Are you excited about this here, Penny?
I'm really excited.
So we're gonna be covering a lot of haunts over the next year. We didn't cover any in 2023. We did several in 2022, including Hell's Gate and Haunted Overload and Dark Hour. I mean, a whole bunch. And so now we just gotta find where Dwayne's at. Uh-oh. You see that up there? That's pretty clever. There's a black cat is permanently here. You know, I thought that was a joke, but no. It's like, hey, you're jinxed. You gotta walk under a ladder. And there's Dwayne. Dwayne, I have to ask you, what's up with the ladder and the black cat?
It's 13th Gate. It's all things unlucky.
All things unlucky. And so what's this? When people come in, they come right to
Yeah, right to their photo op first.
Smart.
and it's basically, let me guess, plaster skulls?
Sure.
And so I'm assuming you made them.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
How long did it take you to do all these?
Oh goodness, there's probably 3,000 in here, so.
3,000?
Took a little while.
And over here, we have a guy holding a camera.
Yeah.
So do you sell the photos?
We do, yeah.
Does that do very well?
Yeah, it's great. Photo
Does
op's
it?
great, yeah.
So Dwayne, before we look around at your haunt and stuff, let's get some information. How you lived in Baton Rouge your whole life?
I'm from Louisiana, originally central Louisiana. I've been in Baton Rouge probably, well, since 98.
When did you open the haunt?
13th Gate opened in 2001. This is my 30th year doing haunted houses. So.
This will be the 30th year in 2024?
Yes.
Or, okay.
No, I started in 93, so I guess it would be my first. I opened 30 years ago.
30 years ago.
Yeah.
In 1993?
Yes.
That would make this coming year your 32nd year, I think.
I don't know.
You just lost track.
It's so long, Larry. after so many years, you forget.
So how many square feet is this attraction?
It's 40,000 indoor and outdoor.
Okay, and then what is the thing across the street?
Carnival Haunted Midway. We have concerts every weekend, entertainment, food, merchandise, that kind of stuff.
But you used to have a haunted house over there.
I did. We had an outdoor cemetery, a secondary haunted attraction, about 15,000 square feet.
Which I saw, and it was insane. Why did you get rid of it?
It was just time to change, and I think it got harder and harder to staff it. It's harder nowadays to get more actors. It ran for 7 years, and we decided we would rather do a carnival over there instead of another attraction.
Are most of your tickets sold online, or are they sold at a box office?
Most of our tickets are sold online now.
With Fear Ticket?
Fear Ticket, yeah.
I like to hear that.
Yeah, love Fear Ticket. It's great.
So, how many people does it take to run this place? Like when you're booming?
On a busy night, probably 140, 150 total.
140, 150.
Something like that.
Now, explain where you came up with the name 13th Gate, because you got kind of like a unique theme going on here.
13th Gate has 13 different themed areas. We try to keep it that way every year and come up with new areas. And we have some big gates at the beginning. So.
And so does it have 13 gates today?
Yes.
And so every year, do you replace one of the gates? Is that how it works?
Yeah, one or two. Yeah.
So which one are you replacing for 2024?
Don't know yet.
You don't know yet?
Still working on that.
You haven't decided?
No, I had to say change it. So.
Now I have a question for you because, as you know, I have a haunted house like called The Darkness, and I have escape rooms just like you do.
Yeah.
And they're side by side, just like yours. Now that you have escape rooms, like, do you find it harder to work on the haunted house, or do you work on the haunted house less because you have the escape rooms?
Well, I think in the past, before we had escape rooms, my staff was smaller, and it took us most of the year to change up the haunted house. So when we built the escape rooms, we grew, our group grew. So now they split their time between the two.
But in the past, when you just had a haunted house, did you spend like all your time on the haunt?
We did. We actually changed too much just to keep everybody working. Yeah.
Do you think an indirect benefit from the escape rooms is that, you know, because like, I don't know, you tell me if you agree with me, all haunters have an addiction to, you know, buying props and building new stuff and
Sure.
right. But when you have the escape rooms, it really diverts a lot of your time away from the haunted house. Do you think your haunted house is more profitable because you're spending less time, less money on it, or are you still doing the same?
I'm not sure if it's more profitable. I think we just reorganized our time and using our time more efficiently now.
But you definitely spend less time on the haunted house.
I think so, compared to what we used to do 10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, so now a lot of your time is diverted over to the
We've
escape.
also learned a lot of tricks and ways to do things faster over the years and differently, and you know, so things have evolved as well.
Now, do you have a lot of animatronics? Are you, because
We have a mix of animatronics and actors. I don't have an over amount of animatronics. It's probably half and a half.
now I've been through your haunt. Okay, and we have a video on Hauntworld. It's the second most viewed video. I remember when I was here, I was like, hey, I want to walk through and you're like, oh, I don't know about that. You know, because that was back before anybody did that with YouTubers and stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was, you know, very successful video. But do you find that in your haunt, when I went through it, it's very actor driven, like where they're acting out scenes,
Right.
like not necessarily trying to scare you, but
we have quite a few scares, but it's also about story and being immersed and being part of it.
so when you're in one of the gates, the sections, like you had a fairy tale,
It's a show.
yeah, and they're trying to act out those sections.
Yeah.
So whenever you build one of these gates or whatever, how important is it to you to try to figure out what the actors would do or say, and who does that?
I do it, and we create backstories for every actor that we have here. As a matter of fact, they're posted. Every character has a story, and it's posted, and they can read it, and then they add to it, and they have boundaries of what they can do with that character.
What percentage do you use masks and makeup?
Well, being in Louisiana, even though we're air conditioned, it's still hot and a challenge to keep actors in masks. So we do a lot of makeup, but we do have our fair share of masks.
But you have a kind of an advantage here, what we might mention. A lot of movies are made in Baton Rouge.
Sure.
So you have access to a lot of really good, talented...
I have a great, talented staff, and a lot of them do work on movies, yeah.
Yeah, and then like CFX, for example, used to...
Sure, they're here. They're a great company and been here for a long time.
Yeah, and they do a lot of makeup and stuff for you. So you got like a real professional crew.
Yeah, I have my own makeup department. CFX doesn't do the makeup here anymore, but they used to. they've grown so big that they do other things now.
Whenever you build a new section, how long does it usually take you to do it?
We work till it's time till people are standing outside the door.
Really? The whole year?
Yeah,
When do you start planning a new section?
As soon as we get the last person out of the door.
As soon as you get the last person out of the door?
Yeah.
When you go to like
it never ends.
what do you think a vendor, like if a vendor's watching this video, what do you think like you as a haunt owner would like to see someone make or invent or provide?
I'd love to see new technology and just something new that we haven't, new innovative things that we haven't seen. I think over the last 5 or 6 years, for sure, it's kind of been status quo.
It really has been.
Yeah.
But like when you go to the show, what are you looking for usually?
That thing you can't do it, everybody buys, the next, whatever it is that everyone has to have.
What's something big you think that is in your haunt has changed from like when you were operating 10 years ago and you go, man, I can't even believe we're doing that now?
Oh goodness, that's a good question. I just think we're doing better detail, more immersive sets and things, lighting, sound, we just gotten better overall.
Have you guys embraced the whole YouTube, TikToker, Instagram, like influencer to come through your haunt and want to videotape it and make videos?
I still limit who it is. I mean, we get a ton of requests, but I limit it to a few a year.
A few a year?
Yeah.
I know Grim Life came through here.
Like they did a great job.
Yeah, that video was insane, off the hook. Patty, can you think of anything you want to ask Dwayne? Dwayne, there's Patty, she's in a cowboy hat. You're building a indoor gift store. Now you have one across the street, right? Or where you sell t-shirts and stuff.
Right,
What
right.
kind of gift store are you building inside the building?
We're still working on that. It'll be a small one to begin with, and I'm sure it'll expand over time.
Is that like one of the things you're seeing in the haunt industry is that it should be more of an experience?
Well, I think you probably would be a better person to answer these questions than me, since you've had one and you keep expanding yours and have had great success with yours. So I think the Darkness probably would be a great example of a great gift store if you want to see.
What do you think you're going to sell in yours?
I'm still working on that. But as much stuff as we can get in there.
We talked about this and we did a video of your escape rooms. Like when you're sitting over here running your haunted house, like what made you like think, oh, I want to like make my life even more difficult? Okay. When you're building your haunt every year and you can't even get it done in a year, right? Made you think, oh, I want to like go next door and do the escape rooms.
I think the attraction was having year-round income in a secondary source of income instead of something just seasonal.
So with the escape rooms opening, how has that changed your haunt? Because I know like if you asked me this question, I would have an answer for it. But
how has it changed my haunt?
Yeah, like
how would I have the escape rooms open?
Yeah.
I mean, the escape rooms pull a lot of people over year-round. We have people come year-round from all over the country to go to the escape rooms.
It takes a lot of burden off of the haunted house to have a staff year-round.
That's right. Yeah. They can work on two things now instead of just the haunted house.
Exactly. So when you had the haunted house only, how big was your year-round staff?
7 guys.
Take out the people who run the escape rooms. How many more have you grown to?
We're 14, 15.
Yeah, 14, 15.
Well, I have other people that come in and out too, so it's kind of hard to say exactly, but yeah.
And you have a full-time like digital marketing person now, right?
We do.
And that was a result of being able to do the haunt and the escape.
Right.
So this like really helped your business.
Yes.
It helped the haunted house.
And because they're both 13 Gate branded, it helps the brand overall because there's more awareness.
Does it really help that they're next door to each other?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Whenever you're running the haunted house, do you have to run over to the escape rooms?
Well, the other great thing is that we have our warehouse is shared between the two, so all of our resources are shared. all our tools, our staff, everything is together. If it was across town from each other, it would make it much more problematic.
You told me like when you tried to get in the escape room business, you went and visited a bunch in Toronto, and I'm sure you still play a lot of escapes, right? When you got a chance.
When I have time, but I haven't
Is there,
been in a while.
when you got in the haunted business, or when you were first starting, was there haunts you wanted to go see or visit?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like which ones were influential to you?
Over the years.
No, like at the beginning.
Oh, in the beginning, Netherworld, Darkness. There's quite a few big haunted attractions across the country, and there've been some that have popped up that are fantastic. Now, we just went to see, went to a legendary haunt tour, saw Haunted Overload, which is very inspirational. There's some great haunts out there. You just got to look for them, just like escape rooms.
Now,
But
your haunt,
unique stuff.
your haunt is considered. It's because it's not in a massive city, right? So it's like if it was in New Orleans, I'm sure it would, it'd be off the chain in terms of like the people that are just happen to be there for a convention, right? That would want to come see it. But you are in Baton Rouge, which isn't like New Orleans, for example, and you have all of these people coming to see you. So they're really going out of their way, you know what I mean, to come to Baton Rouge. You've become like an iconic haunted house. You have a lot of haunt owners coming to see you. Is that not correct?
Yeah, we have a lot of people come see us.
And they're really going out of their way. And I'm not like minimizing Baton Rouge, but like New Orleans has tons of conventions, right? So it's really easy. Hey, we're in New Orleans, Dwayne. Could we,
Yeah, I think New Orleans is a great attraction to get people to Louisiana, for sure. And then it's not just a short drive up to see us. And there's other great haunted houses in Louisiana as well.
What are some of the best ones?
Rise and the Mortuary, both good haunted houses.
Where is the mortuary? That's in a real mortuary, right?
Yeah, it's
right next to a
on
real
Canal
graveyard.
in New Orleans, and Rise is in Hammond, and they've got a great place with hay rides and haunted houses and all kinds of great stuff.
But the point I was making is you have haunted house owners from all over the world coming to visit you, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. And they come specifically just to Baton Rouge to see you.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like when you mentioned Haunted Overload, you can go to Salem and then go hop over to, very convenient. How far are you exactly from New Orleans?
About an hour.
So when you do marketing, do you market just to Baton Rouge or do you market into New Orleans?
We get a lot of people from Lafayette, which is about 45 minutes away. So we market primarily to Baton Rouge and Lafayette, but we do reach out to New Orleans and all of Louisiana as well.
Now that you have digital marketing, is it easier to like scrape some people out of New Orleans?
I think so, probably. We probably get some people coming up from
Do you spend money in the New Orleans?
I don't spend a lot of money in New Orleans.
No?
There's other haunted houses there, so we kind of stay out of each other.
Do you think like doing all this, like these YouTube videos, like Rim Life and stuff like that, have made people like discover you and go way out of their way to come here?
We have had some people show up that saw the videos online. Yeah.
And like, they say, hey, we're from California. We came just here to see this.
Yeah, that happens.
In October, do you get a lot of people that come for the haunted house, but then do all the escape rooms?
We do, yeah.
And so it's almost like a trip.
Sure.
We're going to stay in Baton Rouge. We're going to do all the escapes and the
And the
haunt.
haunted house, yeah.
So in October, would that be your busiest month for the escape rooms?
July, it probably edges it out just a hair, but October.
Why do you think that is?
Everyone's out of school, and it seems to be the biggest month for most escape rooms. Yeah.
One other question before we go in, like, I know that you guys, like, with your escape rooms, like, you're doing crazy stuff. In the haunted house, like, you have this elevator that you get into when you first get here. Are you always trying to, like, one-up the things you did in the past?
Sure, we want to do something better and bigger every year.
What do you think is the coolest thing you've done in here?
Oh my goodness. Gosh, there's so many things over the year. Sorry.
The monsters?
The elevators are one of our most popular things.
I think a lot of people like the train.
Yeah, we've got a couple trains, we've got elevators, we've got some big sets with some cool effects, some flying effects and things. So lots of stuff.
So if we walk in, we just go this way?
Sure.
And then,
Of course, again, this is off season, so you're gonna see a lot of garbage and stuff stored and bags and boxes and everything.
Hey,
So
which
it's
by the
not-
way brings up an interesting question. You're an indoor haunt, okay?
Yeah, right.
But yet you mentioned to me that you have to put a lot of things away.
Right, we
For-
have indoor and outdoor. We've got a big area across the street, Carnival, Haunted Midway. A lot of that stuff comes inside.
How many actors do you have outside?
Roaming actors tonight, about 10.
Now, one of the things that Patty was noticing, right, Patty, is these numbers.
Yes.
What are these numbers for?
Well, of course, the garbage cans are stored in here now, but this is where we line up people. They go in, put it through into the lines, and it gets scanned.
So you literally tell them what, like,
So I was at Universal looking at how efficient the roller coaster loads were, and they were similar to this.
how long have you been doing it this way?
About 3 years.
And what is the benefit?
It's much more efficient to load people into the haunted house and divide them up and scan them and get them in faster.
So you just tell them go to line 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever.
Yeah.
And then do you have a scanner for each?
In between each line of people, so one person scans two lines.
Okay, so that means you got 1, 2, 3,
3 or 4. And so,
like maybe 4 or 5 actually.
yeah, no more than 4.
No more than 4. And then how do they know which one to let in? They just
Well,
communicate?
When we set the timing, but then there's someone up front that pulls, line 1, then they get this next line, so they're just taking turns pulling lines.
Now, when we walk this way, Dwayne, this is technically still part of the queue line, right? Okay. Now, let me, Dwayne, I want to ask you a question. This is very much Tower of Terror inspired, I'm assuming, right? And this is the way to get to the elevator, which is how they get into the haunt.
Right.
Okay. And like, how long did it take to build such an elaborate queue line?
Larry, did you see the saws?
Huh?
Did you see the saws
Yeah.
on this thing over
Oh
there?
yeah, there's something up almost over your head and every one of them.
So this is just a waiting line and that's it. And then it's the same thing. The number system, so they're broken up again. But do you,
Yeah.
in the past, like in the old days, no one was ever allowed to like take video with their phones and stuff. Do you like not even try to stop them anymore?
Well, we've kind of given up on it because it's so dark in the haunted house. A lot of it doesn't come out well anyway. But unless they're being disruptive with their light, if they turn on their light, then it's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is super elaborate. So now you have how many elevator stations?
There's actually there's 3 elevators you can get on, but there's actually 6 elevators that will load.
And then how many people can go in the elevator at a time?
We try to keep it per group, but it could be up to 50.
What if it's like super packed? Do you still use this elevator
Yeah,
effect?
they're very efficient and fast. It's about a 45-second ride.
So 1 year, just so we're on the same page, like you would have developed this whole queue line in the elevators and that would have been like what you did for that year?
I mean, we work on the haunt and the escape rooms year round, so we do as much as we possibly can. So we will do one big section and then change up as much small scares throughout the haunt as we have time for.
So what happens here in these elevators?
Well, there's an attendant that rides the elevator with you halfway through. The lights go out for a second, they disappear and are replaced by an actor. Yes.
So you get on, and I've actually ridden it. It's pretty cool. You get on, and it's like kind of like an elevator ride, but doesn't.
Well, things have changed.
But how does it get you into the haunt?
It goes down.
Huh? Do what?
It goes down.
Can't tell you.
It goes down. Okay, all right.
13
That's the
floors
girl.
down.
Yeah, 13 floors down. Okay, I've heard it all now. But like basically, what does it do? Like does it move to the side or does it open?
They now move. Yes, they move. They don't go sideways; they spin around now.
So the whole elevator turns.
It shakes and turns and simulates. You can feel yourself going down, but you're actually spinning around.
And then it comes right back to the same spot, opens up, and lets the next group in. So we've had to bypass the elevator, and all this stuff looks really, really cool, Dwayne. Are these real bricks, or what are these?
No, it's all plaster.
It's all plaster?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really incredible. And so now that we're out of the elevator, and by the way, see, there's a bay for each one of the elevators, and we come out of the elevator. So now we're in what would be considered the first gate?
Yeah. This would be
Miller's Court.
Actually, I think the lobby would be considered first.
Yeah.
Now, I have to stop right here. You've actually done the floors.
Yeah, all the floors are done too. Floor, ceiling.
The ceiling, the floors, everything.
Yeah.
And you don't have just like walls. Like you've made a pile of dead bodies to be like a wall guide.
Sure.
And so is that pretty much like how you do everything? Now, Dwayne, what is stopping me from like going that direction?
Well, there would be either an actor or a chain across it or something.
Okay. So what is Miller's Court, Dwayne?
This is what's left of London. It's just one little section. It's actually the wharf.
Oh my God. And so you're saying this is like an old London wharf?
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of sea creatures here. So it was London and now it's more of like a wharf?
Yeah, it's just a wharf with a ship.
And you've got like the floors done, the ceilings are done. And then now we've come to a pirate ship. What the heck, Dwayne? Now, so would an actor be here?
Yeah.
Look at the
And
cannons there.
the pirate ship rocks. It's in war, but all the air's off to it. We got stars and ceiling.
So the pirate ship, and by the way, I noticed there's water down there.
Yeah.
Is there pouring water out of here? Now this is pretty neat, Dwayne.
This is a fog curtain. It just sucks, and there's a fan down there sucks it through, so the actor comes through the fog.
Okay. So this is a pretty cool looking elaborate pirate ship. Now, why is there stairs that go up? There's nothing, the customers don't go up there, right? That's just for like the looks? Now, what inspired you to do a pirate section? Was it because you did the pirate section in
I think
the escape room?
First. Just wanted to build a pirate ship.
Now, this is insane that you made this like very, very small section, right? And you made it so detailed. And you got like, how many square feet is this little pirate section in?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Like, this is crazy, Dwayne. Totally crazy. Now, are these dead bodies up here, Dwayne? In the nets? Now, this is part of the plague, right? From London.
This was all that's left.
Now, is there an actor in here?
In this section, no. Right there, no.
Holy cow, what is this, Dwayne? Delightful dollies. So now everything's about dolls?
What a collection.
Where'd you get all these dolls, Dwayne?
Same place you
There's some great companies that make great stuff for the haunted industry.
Now, Dwayne, when you design your haunted house, do you build like sections like where you guys could get through the haunt a lot faster?
Yeah, behind every scene there's, of course, pass egress pathways.
So do you use those to like access, or like are your animations like set up to where you can get behind them?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's safety and security pathways.
So we're in some sort of like Evil Dead-ish cabin. What would this section be here, Dwayne?
I can smell your filthy little souls. One by one we shall consume your flesh and bathe in your blood, and the evil dead shall rise. You're all going to die tonight.
Now, Dwayne, is that animated down there?
Yeah, it's an accurate.
Oh, that's awesome, Dwayne. Now, Dwayne, I have to ask, because we had an amputee work for us,
Yeah.
and they just are great actors.
Right.
I remember when I was here, you had one that worked here.
Yeah.
Do you still have one?
I think so. Yeah. The girl that worked here has went on to a lot of bigger, better acting jobs.
Oh, okay.
On in house, but she's fantastic.
But this is pretty disgusting. Does that actually work?
Sure.
And it looks like they're cutting their hands off. That's pretty gross. And that's like another example of just acting. So I'm assuming we're in the root cellar here. Now, what's the obsession with cats? Oh my goodness. That's a real dead cat.
No.
Yes, these are all real.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. That is real rotted dead cat.
Props. We made every one of those.
Oh yeah, right. Holy cow, Dwayne, what the heck? What you guys aren't smelling right now is it smells horrific in here.
They've left one that smells in.
So this is, now Dwayne, when I was here last time, you didn't have this. How were you able to acquire the system up here?
We just purchased it.
Huh?
You can buy it.
You could just buy them?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks really impressive.
And this is just a standard dark room flavor.
With a laser swamp?
Yeah.
And then you have an alligator puppet. Are we outside of the building now?
Over now.
So we are outside the building.
Yeah, whole barn, and
So
then you go
those skin flaps that we just walked through, did you make those? Did you buy those?
which ones?
The skin, it's like freezer slats, but it's skin.
I think we purchased that somewhere.
Those are wild. I've never seen those before.
Now, is this some of the remnants of your old,
Well, some of the props are from the original necropolis, yeah.
so you kind of like,
Rebuilt, this was a swamp out here, but everyone was requesting the cemetery come back. So.
now I have to ask you, over across the street, you had a Larry Kirshner crypt.
Yeah.
What happened to it?
Oh, that was the first one we knocked down. No,
Now, you know, in the darkness, or not darkness, but creepy world, we have a funeral home. One of the, it's multiple haunts.
Yeah.
And I had a bunch of tombstones made, so I have one that says Dwayne Sandberg.
Oh, yeah?
I was inspired
Tit for tat.
by coming here and seeing that I am dead inside of your. Yeah. I'm wondering if, like, somebody says specifically, will you kill Larry Kirshner? But these are some of the crypts from over there.
yeah, and all of it. It's pretty bad just repair right now.
And is this like a confusing maze? You can go multiple directions?
No, there's only one way you can go.
And it looks so realistic. Now, is this like inside or like your courtyard?
No, it's behind the haunt.
So you're saying the Larry Kirshner crypt is gone?
Buried forever.
Buried forever. You know, it feels so realistic out here now because of the leaves. Do you get a lot of leaves like this
Well,
during the season?
no, just this time of year. They haven't.
So I've been here before. Was this where the beehive was?
Yeah, at one point, we had a big swamp out here.
And so now it's like a cemetery. I'm assuming this is so built out that it's going to stay for a while.
Yeah.
Now, would an actor hide in there?
Yeah, there's actor holes everywhere.
Yeah, I've been seeing them.
And there are a lot of different levels too. You know? Over your head, they're everywhere.
Now, did you make this like out of plywood and then spray it with gunite, or is this plaster? Or?
We sprayed it. We sprayed it with gunite. But they're wood boxes with wire frames, sprayed with gunite, and detailed out.
Now, this is a nice touch. So an actor would hide in here.
Yeah, and they've got multiple scare zones in these scripts. So
Now, this is a real nice touch over here. And that comes free.
yeah.
The leaves come free too. Now, were any of these transported from across the street?
No, we rebuilt it.
You rebuilt the whole thing.
Yeah, we rebuilt all of it. And we used all the statues and wrought iron and stuff.
So how long did it take you to build this outdoor maze?
It was a year project, 1 year.
Holy cow. And how many people worked on it every day?
It didn't take us that long.
We're back to the skulls. So, are these permanent here? Oh, the nun's hung herself. As Dwayne mentioned at the beginning of the video, they're redoing this section over here. So we've had to like bypass a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, Dwayne, a lot of people talk about this train. You have 2 train effects.
We do.
Okay.
Some very big trains.
Can you explain this just a little bit?
So we have 2 trains. You're going to go in one train tunnel or the other for throughput. One's a freight train, one's a steam engine. And as soon as you get into the hallway, it's a 60-foot train tunnel.
So where do they come into this
The
room?
train is up in the hallway, but when it backs up, there's a door to the side that lets them in, and then they come down this dark hallway. And as soon as the door shuts, the train comes at you, and there's nowhere to go. You have
And
to
so they get chased out of here.
chase out of here, yeah.
Okay. Wow. Now that's just crazy. Like, and what are these like up here? Like guide tracks? So it
That's
doesn't.
sky tracks, yeah.
Okay. That's insane, Dwayne. Now, does it? Do you have like those train horns on it? And
Oh yeah, it's very loud.
now we're going into some sort of mirror maze. Do you have to replace a lot of mirrors in here?
About every other year, we'll have to replace one.
Have to replace some. Now we've left the cemetery. Where are we at now? This looks like.
This is castle ruins, vampires.
And is this made out of plaster as well?
Yeah. Mortar.
So like, is the whole thing like built out of like wood, and then you attach chicken wire, and then you just start putting plaster
It's
on
got
it?
lath on it, and then the outside sections are mortar, and insides are plaster.
So this is like a Lord of the Rings.
Vampire castle.
Now, Dwayne, movies are shot in Baton Rouge a lot. Do you rent 13th Gate for movies?
We've had 7 films shot here.
So when people come here and they see this, do they like want to rent this specific spot, or?
We've had some people rent several sections of the haunted house for music videos as well as movies.
So every year you have people coming here and.
Well, I think it's slowed down the last couple of years because of the strike and everything, but it's starting to pick back up. Yeah.
Is that a big income source for you?
I mean, it's nice to get one every once in a while, but everything has to line up perfectly for us because of our season and our work schedule and everything.
Another thing, sometimes you're able to get like whole movie sets.
Yeah, we've been lucky to get some movie sets.
You've gotten some cool ones,
Over the years, yeah.
And TV shows, and that helps, do all this insane stuff you're doing.
Sure.
So yeah, that's like a whole thing that goes on in Baton Rouge is the movie industry.
We've pulled out all the greenery's gone, so there's a lot of stuff that's not in here. All the props and greenery comes out, for the years. So.
Do you get attacked by ogres, dragons? Like what kind of actors would go in here?
Werewolves.
Vampires, werewolves. So I'm assuming this is an actor and they get belted on.
Corn maids, it's a scarecrow. It's a witch here. Now it's airless.
And a snake with its head chopped off. Now I have to ask you, you used to have like live snakes in 13th Gate.
Yeah.
Do you still have them?
We didn't have them last year, but we could have them again in the future.
Now how did that work? Did they ever get out?
Sure.
Sure. But you have no more snakes.
Not right now. It's cold, so no snakes in here. So you're good.
So you're safe.
Yeah,
Safe for the day.
I'm kind of like Indiana Jones, right? I'm not really liking snakes. I like looking at them, but I don't want to touch them.
So unfortunately, I couldn't get the jack-o'-lanterns on.
I've seen pictures of this,
Yeah.
and it's really cool. We wanted to do something very similar at the Darkness, but this is really cool. Did you carve all these pumpkins yourself?
We did.
Wow.
And what is it on, like a controller, and they're all lit up?
Yeah.
So what gate are we in here?
At this point, I've lost count.
You've lost count, okay.
We've got a few to go, though.
I noticed that you have like a lot of hallways where you can feel a little bit claustrophobic, like this one, and you have a lot of dead bodies on the walls. So not just one dead body, but like 15 or 30. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we collect a lot of bodies around here.
We collect a lot of bodies. We're in another gate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the cave.
But whenever you decide to do a gate, do you give it a name, a title?
Yeah, sure. I mean, this is just simply the cave. But
The Cave?
It influenced from the movie The Descent, I would say, as well as some ancient cave.
When you do your marketing for the year or update your website, do you focus the marketing towards the new gate?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, we try to promote our new stuff.
So yeah, this is
A cave. An
now
actual
is this
cave.
gunite you're using here? So are the actors kind of like cavemen?
Right.
Oh, and then that's a jumping
We
thing?
have all the lights on in here. We've got some stuff disconnected.
Do you use air conditioners or anything?
Yeah, this is an ice cave.
Where in the heck did you get this woolly mammoth?
Maybe.
You made the woolly mammoth? And it's kind of cool the way you make people walk underneath his tusks. Does he have like audio that goes off? Like everyone's... So like sometimes like when you do this cave, you probably don't want to like replace it. You just retheme it.
We rethemed it, add new scares to it. It's been here a while. We've added a lot of new stuff to it.
Dwayne, how long does it take somebody to get through 13th gate on a normal?
Probably 25 minutes.
Man, I would think a lot longer than that. How much does it cost to go to come to 13th gate?
$35 general admission.
So is that a spot for an actor?
Yeah. No, it's just a service now. Snake pit.
Now, is this where the snakes used to be, the live ones?
Yeah.
And there's an alligator in here as well. Now, what kept these snakes in here? They just can't climb?
No, they can't get out.
They can't get out?
Most of them can't get out.
Most of them. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. What are you saying here? So how long did it take you to do this cave section? Like an entire year?
1 year, second, yeah. Build. Each section's, about a year.
When you try to design it, when you try to design them, do you like empty the space first and then you just kind of sort of map it out on the ground,
Right,
or
that's
you
what we do.
do a map
Yeah, I'll draw it out, and then we build.
and then you just start building?
Yeah.
And then do you alter or change? Do you do drawings?
I think it's a work in progress. As we go, we change and adjust.
I hear you.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming this is a new gate.
Yeah, the asylum.
We're in the Avery
other wing of
Island.
The asylum.
Now, I want to mention this before we go in. You mentioned that there's a wing of the asylum in the haunt and a wing of the asylum in the escape room.
Right. So same storyline. So
But they're just different wings.
different wings. The same
Okay.
hospital, yeah.
But they're tied together.
They're tied together, yeah. In story, yeah.
Now, do the customers know that of the escape rooms?
I think they probably can pick up on, if they pay attention, they probably can pick up on some of the story.
And I guess you have an animation
Yeah.
that pops down. Experimental surgery. That's not something you want to hear about. Is this where you used to have kind of like a Frankenstein lab of some kind?
Maybe so. I mean, we've changed so many times.
So right here you have an actor, like if I remember when I was here last time, and he would basically be interacting with the customer.
Right.
That's why they don't just walk through there, because you have an actor.
Blocking pathways.
Okay. Look at that, a fan. That's scary. So I guess this is kind of like a morgue. And this is really cool here. It's just a hallway built. It's like a hallway built just to look at, really. Oh, he left us. But what I'm saying is, like, you built this whole entire hallway, and this one section is just to look at.
Well, you're going to go back and forth through this hall.
Right, but it's also to give the magnitude of how big.
Yeah, I like the design where you can see through areas.
Yes, I totally agree. Is this like where all the people just like hang out? They don't care? Who doesn't care? You? The hospital doesn't care?
Construction zone.
And you just do everything, all the way to the ceiling and the whole shebang.
Yeah, so like I've been to Eastern State Penitentiary or Penrose Asylum. You've actually created an asylum from scratch. You're putting on inside what's already created. You've created it from scratch. It's awesome.
So how many actors like would work in this section here? Oh, wait a minute. Hey, this is just wrong. On so many levels. Now, is that an actor that gets in that bed?
Yeah, it's an actor.
Look, the nurse has been cut in half. Now, I'm assuming this is exiting a gate and going into another one.
Right.
So let me ask you, Dwayne, do you try to make it really clear to the customer you're leaving a gate and going to another one? And how do you do that?
I mean, with that entrance piece. Yeah, definitely. With that, each new section.
That's really cool how you have the walls splitting apart. Is that just like plexiglass? Oh no, what is that?
It's
Something gooey.
it's no.
It's what?
There's it's just it's a light in there. It's just a light. It's a light. It's not gooey. It's gooey.
You didn't? Let me ask you a question. You don't do Valentine's, Krampus?
No.
Was there a reason why you don't do them? You just worn out?
Just tired.
Tired? And it's like,
Got too much building to do.
yeah. And this is the last section here.
Yeah.
And you got to push through all of this. Oh, man.
Whoa. I think it just swallowed me. That was like really feeling like I was being swallowed.
I feel like I'm in a trailer house. Wow. Look at the ceiling. I was in a trailer house. Is this the section you built last year?
Yeah. New section.
This is like completely over the top here, Dwayne. Now, does that actor go there?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a bunch.
He's a bungee? Oh my God, I'm hung up on the latex.
And that's it.
Where's your gift store going?
The big hole back here.
The big hole. So Dwayne, thanks for giving us the tour. Where do you see 13th Gate being 10 years from now?
Oh my goodness. I hope we're still building, still here, still got energy, and still building new things.
Still kicking.
Still kicking, yeah.
And then you got, do you have any other plans to do anything else? Like, because like, you know, I'm just being honest, like your haunt, there's not a whole lot of places to go. Not a whole lot of things you could go, oh, let's point to this and take it out. Your escape room's almost maxed out. Do you feel like you just have to like stay building stuff because it's out of
I think we
habit?
need to stay relevant and continue to build new things for both of those attractions. I'm always looking for new entertainment and opportunities like everyone. But,
Anything you think around the corner that, you know, that maybe you've thought about getting into?
I've looked at several things, but right now I'm happy doing what we're doing.
Did you ever consider axe throwing?
We looked at it, but there's one in our market already.
Yeah, it seems to be fizzling out. But you can't, other than escape rooms and haunted houses, that's pretty much the lane you're going to be in.
Right now, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, well, thanks for the tour, Dwayne, and the place is absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
And how do they visit your haunted house?
13thgate.com for the haunted house, 13th Gate Escape.
And when do you open it?
We have opened the last weekend in September and run to the first weekend in November.
Yeah, this year Halloween's like on a Thursday, so the Friday and Saturday butt right up against it. So I'm assuming you'll be open the first and the second.
Yeah.
Do you stay open? Now I know that you do a couple special events. You do a dark attraction?
We do the weekend after Halloween. We do Flashlight Friday Nights, which is a dark.
So explain that. What is that?
So you and your group get some tiny finger lights to go through, and all the lights of the haunted house are out. So very scary event, completely different. We're known for detail, but on Flashlight Friday Nights there is no detail. You can't see anything. You can't see us, but we can see you. We move things around, and it's much more scary, a different kind of haunted house then. And a lot of people come back for that event to experience it because it's completely different.
Is that one weekend?
It's just one weekend, the last weekend of the year.
Is that really popular?
Very popular event, yeah.
Wow. How long does it take to turn all the lights off?
It takes us a day to get everything straightened out right. Yeah.
Wow. He's got every character that they have a description of the character and what they're supposed to be, and then are these pictures of what the characters look like, Dwayne?
No, it's just cast pictures.
And so this is so they understand what they're playing.
Yeah, it's your character.
And then we have a costume room here.
Costume room.
Are you a fan of Hocus Pocus?
Not I.
No, not
The
you.
girls that work here love it. Yeah. I mean, it's,
And this is kind of like behind the scenes, and this is where, what's this room here?
normally this is our cast room, but right now this time of year it's just storage.
And then where does everybody get their makeup on?
This is makeup department here.
Now you got this sign here, actors know your part. Lots and lots of photos. Now do you have some actors that have been here for like,
Oh yeah.
since day one? Do you have anybody that's been here from day one?
Actors have been here 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
They come back every year.
Yeah. This
And-
is makeup department. Makeup and hair.
Makeup and hair. And so how many makeup stations do you have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you have like 11 makeup artists?
Yep, sure do.
Holy cow. And now, are a lot of them from the movie industry?
A lot of them work on the movie industry, yeah. Work in movies, yeah.
What is this sign from here?
Actually, my cast got that for a gift from me. Had it made.
So that concludes our trip here in Baton Rouge to the 13th gate. And I want to thank Dwayne for showing us his haunted house. Even though it is under construction, it's freaking amazing. Now, over there, he has a like an entertainment area where he has a stage, he has axe throwing, he has escape rooms, and he does something really unique over there. He does like a selfie station where he took 2 containers, cut them apart, and you get to walk through it, and there's 13th gate everywhere and little sets where you can take pictures. And then right there is where his box office is. And yeah, that's about it. And so from 13th gate escape to 13th gate a haunted house, I mean, it's just overwhelming. We got to see a lot of it. We got to learn a lot from Dwayne Sandburn, and so we want to thank him. And wow, it's just absolutely amazing. And you know, now it's on to the next thing. And you know what's really close to here is the Leonard Skinner crash site. So where the plane crashed and 4 people died, including the lead singer. So we're gonna head over there and check that out because I've always wanted to see that. I'm a huge fan of Leonard Skinner. So for those who don't know, Leonard Skinner was flying to Baton Rouge to do a show, and they crashed about 30 miles before they got here. So anyway, with that being said, you know, like and subscribe to the channel. We want to thank you for watching the video. We have more haunted house tours coming. We plan on doing the asylum over there in Philly, and so that's coming up, and some other haunts will be coming your way soon. So just like and subscribe to the channel. Again, I want to stress, we're opportunists, YouTube opportunists. So if we're somewhere and there's something to see, we'll take a video of it. Kind of like when we were right there in Dallas. We had to go see JFK's assassination spot, so we made a video of it. Why not? Because we're there. But if we're not traveling, we're not making videos. Now, one thing else I want to say is I was talking to the Field of Screams guy, and he was telling me that, you know, hey, you know, when you come to St. Louis, there's not a lot of stuff to do, or we've done it all because of the convention center is on Washington Street. So we're going to be making a few more videos of things to do in St. Louis, because there's a lot of really cool things that have opened recently. And so we're going to make some videos. You got to get off of Washington Street, and there's like all kinds of cool stuff to do. So we're going to make a few videos on that kind of stuff. But other than that, thanks for visiting with us again today here at 13th Gate Escape. And by the way, you know what's really scary? It's across the street. They got this big old power station. I can imagine, like in the movies, that blowing up. That would be scary. Anyway, from Baton Rouge, back home. Until next time.
For scary videos and more, subscribe to our YouTube page, Hauntworld.com.